So what do alien abduction and systemic racism have in common?
They've told you almost nothing so far. But really, it's kind of a lack of detail and rigor.
In a tweet, the superstar said, quote, "I've been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song."
In both situations, you have groups of people trying to convince you that you are crazy because you can see reality. Gaslighting.
This week, in our series of reports on UFOs, we've learned a number of things. That our government has lied about UFO information, that it's withheld UFO files.
The American people deserve to know what is happening in our skies. It is long overdue.
And how would I ever be able to prove I was abducted by aliens, even if the only person I could prove it to was myself? But I was also being gaslit.
So you will not be disciplined for participating in WDHP, and you should not be treated any differently.
But you just said I could be fired if I say the wrong words.
That's not, I did not use those words.
But that's the...
I said a breach of confidentiality is covered under the Respectful Workplace Policy and will be taken seriously and addressed by management.
Which the translation is, if I say the wrong thing, I could be fired. That's what it means.
If you say the wrong, that's not what that is.
And I was suspended because I raised my experience with anti-Black racism.
Is working hard to remove the social and economic barriers that racialized communities continue to face.
And I also was very upset to see you concerned about being terminated, and you're sharing your concerns about your laptop not working and thinking that meant you were terminated. That's not how things would work. That's not, you wouldn't be terminated without notice. That's not a concern that I want you to have at this time.
I have that concern. So I want to go public. On Friday, I walked in and said, hey, I'm thinking that the public needs to know about this. She told me, do what you feel is best, Joe. That's what a manager told me. So you can see why I'm very confused now.
I didn't hear anything about going public until your email this morning.
I need you to understand the optics of this, because I think we're all just skipping over what this looks like. If anyone from the outside looks at this, what this is, I'm watching it play out before me. The system is actually oppressing me, making it hard for me to get my story out. I may be wrong, but it certainly looks like I was just fired from a unionized government job because I spoke out about anti-Black racism. It also looks like the union let it happen. Again. And it looks like when I tried to fight back, they threatened to have me investigated for stalking a child, using the police against a Black queer writer as a hammer to silence him. But is that what really happened? And how can I know for sure? What if I had misinterpreted several years worth of emails and the videos I recorded and the numerous government memos stating that the problem was real and pervasive? What if all of the eyewitnesses were wrong? Now, it seemed like everyone knew it was happening.
Of course, there's systemic racism in Ontario. There's systemic racism across this country.
While simultaneously saying that it wasn't happening.
We don't have the systemic, deep roots they have had for years.
So which is it? And does truth matter in a world with fake news? Our memories are not as solid as we think they are.
We need to step back and ask ourselves whether those are real memories, or whether perhaps memory illusions have persuaded us of a past that never was.
If people tell us who they are and what they've been through.
Thousands of other Americans read the book and wrote to Whitley with their own UFO encounters.
Why don't we believe them? And if people we trust lie to us over and over and over again.
In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat.
Why do we keep believing them? How can you know if your experience is real or a delusion? The answer is simple, but boring. Science. My name is Joseph Murphy. Join me on a 3-part journey as we uncover what the latest scientific discoveries reveal about memory and identity, and how external forces like gaslighting, chronic illness, systematic oppression can affect your sense of who you are and what you are. How do you know who you really are?